Welcome back to the Fitness, Wellness, and Longevity Podcast. I'm Sean LaFlock, and today's guest was Michael Herbert. Michael Herbert, I've known for almost a decade now, and he's been in the recovery and addiction treatment for drug addiction for over 25 years now. He's worked with celebrities, professionals, families in addiction and recovery. Michael is also an avid CrossFitter who I've been training for almost a decade now. Michael has his own website where you can get more information, is recoveryguide.net, to learn more about his philosophies and life coaching. Guys, if you like this podcast, please subscribe, rate, and review, and enjoy today's podcast with Michael Herbert. I'm here with Michael Herbert. Michael, can you give us like a 2-second description of what it is that you do for a living?
Okay, what it is that I do for a living. I'm an addiction counselor, a coach. I work with families that have a loved one with an addiction problem. I do interventions, and I do a process called structured family recovery, where I work with families to engage them in a recovery process.
So how long have you been working in recovery, and to what capacity have you been doing this current endeavor?
So I've been working in the field of addiction since 1991. So I guess that's about 28, 29 years. And I've worked in all facets of treatment. I've worked inpatient, outpatient, detox, residential, community-based. I do didactic lectures. I do group therapy. I've done Gestalt therapy. All different kinds. I think over the last 10 years, I've focused more on the family as a unit versus the individual with a drug or alcohol problem, because I just find it to be more effective working with the family, and the person with the addiction problem is a part of the family, so they're included in this, that rather than working with people in isolation.
So where I come in terms of like my frame of reference and how I frame things is, how do I create awareness? How do I learn from someone in your field as it pertains perhaps to my own profession and my own career? So have you gotten to work with athletes in recovery thus far?
I've worked with athletes, I've worked with business people, I've worked with entertainment people, I've worked with people on welfare, I've worked with people in their 80s. I don't work with teenagers or adolescents. That's not my forte, nor do I have the patience.
Had you ever been someone who works with more of adolescents and teens and that kind of thing?
No, I worked at when I was first doing an internship, I worked on an adolescent unit where people were 13 to 17. And I did that for about a year, and that's the last that I've done with that. So I just don't think my strength is working with teenagers or even 18 and 19-year-olds. It's just not where I don't think I'm